I have been talking about Martin Armstrong for 6 years, and I've known about him since the mid-90s when I was in finance. And his track record is astonishing. In fact, someone recently left a message on an article that I wrote in 2014 that predicted what we were going to see and are seeing today. This is the article titled "The Rise of the Antichrist Begins in 2020?" And you can find it on omegashock.com. Just do a search. Martin didn't say the word Antichrist. That was my own addition, and I was reporting on a video that he had done with Greg Hunter and someone else. But Armstrong was predicting the kind of disaster that we are seeing right now. No, not COVID-19. He wasn't being that specific, but he knew that it was going to be bad. And we didn't pay attention. If I had followed Martin's advice 6 years ago, I wouldn't have run out of money. And most of the people that I know would have been doing very well if they had followed Armstrong instead of the advice of the gold bugs. And yeah, I followed the advice of the gold bugs. Bad idea. So when someone this good says this, quote, "Personally, I am very depressed about the future," close quote, you need to pay attention. That statement came as the result of a question which led to the following post on his website. Quote, question, "Mr. Armstrong, what is your personal opinion about the rise of all this confrontation over a virus that has justified reducing all freedoms and rights? Do you plan to stay in the United States?" From LN. Answer from Mr. Armstrong. Personally, I am very depressed about the future. This is all choreographed from 2018. This is the merger of the dreams of George Soros and his one world government and Bill Gates, who wants to control everyone with digital IDs, eliminate cash, and reduce the population with his fourth economic revolution based on technological control. These have been merged with Klaus Schwab's World Economic Forum, which is the typical academic idea that they can change the economy and redesign it like Marx when they have no idea how it actually functions. They assume we can be made economic slaves for the betterment of their ideal world. This idea of a one world government will eliminate war, and the idea of it is absurd. The differences between ethnic cultures will prevent their very theory from ever working. The United States became a culture of mixed races and European cultures because of discrimination, which was fair. The last one off the boat was looked down on until they were assimilated and spoke English. Once that took place, then we saw Germans marrying Italians, or in my case, Germans marrying Scots, and Greeks marrying English, etc., or Taiwanese. That takes place so rarely in Europe. It was the single language and the merging of cultures that made America the true melting pot. Oddly enough, this was the story of the Tower of Babel. Once they could no longer speak the same language, they divided. That was a very insightful example of how culture functions. My concern is not that these people will succeed. It is the damage that they are causing which will lead to the breakup of the West and thus the shift of the financial capital of the world to China. I truly wish I was not alive to witness this. I understand why they hate me so much and why they will do whatever they can to discourage people from even looking at Socrates, his computer system. I was there in New York for the premiere of the Davos movie. I met most of the movers and shakers. They do not like the forecasts of Socrates, his computer system, and they are intent upon seeing their covert agenda through to achieve their goals. You will not see social distancing at Schwab's January World Economic Forum. That will magically go on schedule. His topic will be the Great Reset, to push his agenda. We have the gold bugs still preaching that the end is near because by detaching gold from any form as money, they continue to argue that the monetary system will collapse. They are so far out of touch, it is laughable. The entire monetary system is moving digital, and there remains a risk that these overlords will advocate confiscating gold or making it illegal to own and use in any underground barter economy. This is all about power in converting society into economic slaves as they reduce population and move to eliminate fossil fuels. I wish this was such a simple argument over what is money. We have moved away beyond that. We have moved way beyond that. We must adapt to the real battle that we face. This has gone beyond just a sovereign debt crisis and a monetary crisis cycle. This is an all-out war for the domination of the world economy as these globalists seek to redesign our lives to the arrogant views they have crafted in their minds. I have met most of these people trying to redesign the world. You look into their eyes and you see something far beyond a cold contempt for human society. They do not believe in God. They have taken upon themselves to play God. If they ever considered there was a God, their view is he was an idiot, for the economy does not function the way they would like it to operate. So they either blame God or, more likely, do not believe in any higher power beyond themselves. This was the very same attitude that dominated communism. They have used this virus to justify shutting down even religion. As for where I will migrate to, I am still working on that forecast." Close quote. From his post, My Personal Opinion by Martin Armstrong. Martin Armstrong is one of the few people who get it. And he has been getting it since the 1980s. And he makes this point, quote, "My concern is not that these people will succeed. It is the damage they are causing which will lead to the breakup of the West and thus the shift of the financial capital of the world to China." Close quote. Martin knows that they will eventually fail, but before they fail, they will destroy everything, and precious metals will not save us from what is coming. As Martin said, we must adapt to the real battle that we face. And that battle is ultimately spiritual, even though we will have a very painful and physical experience. And as he also says, quote, "This is an all-out war for the domination of the world economy as these globalists seek to redesign our lives to the arrogant views they have crafted in their minds." Close quote. This is the rise of the 10 kings mentioned in Daniel and Revelation. They must rise because God said that they would. But he also told us to watch and pray that we would be strong enough to escape. So let's do that. That's it for this Shotcast. If you appreciated this video, hit like. It helps. Also, hit subscribe and that little bell if you haven't done that already. And please leave a comment. I look forward to seeing what you have to say about what was said here. Your input is truly welcome. And if you want to help keep Omega Shock and the Shotcast alive, there's a link below that can help you do that. I did this for free for 8 years. Now I can't. You can also get my articles and updates in your inbox through the Shock Letter at theshockletter.com. And read my books for free. When Jacob Returns and Ezekiel's Fire. You do not want to get caught by what is coming.